Politics, let's talk about sanitation because Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources Cecilia Dapaah is urging the various district, municipal and metropolitan assembly across the country to enforce the sanitation bylaws, which will arrest and seize stray animals on the streets. According to her, proceeds from such arrests can be used to develop and support government projects. The minister made the call during a familiarization tour of the Greater Accra region. More in this report.
The Sanitation Minister, Cecilia Dapaah, revealed that Amasaman Municipal Assembly has implemented its sanitation bylaws in the arrest and sale of stray animals, which has contributed to a rise in their revenue mobilization. Hence, any assembly that does same will have her full support.
We have sanitation courts, and I will encourage all the assemblies to take advantage of it and apply the bylaws and prosecute. We support them 110%. When you let your cows stray, they should seize the cows, arrest the cows, maybe if I should use that word, sell the cows and use the money to help with projects in the assemblies.
Do we have a fair idea as to maybe the number of people that have been prosecuted?
I don't have. We have to collate from the assemblies. But this cow, goat, sheep thing, Amasaman has the biggest record. Clement, my son. He records all those things. He arrests the goats, whatever, and he sells and uses the money for projects within the assemblies. And I will encourage Madam to do the same.
Responding to questions on President Akufo-Addo's promise of making Accra the cleanest city in Africa before the end of his tenure in office, Madam Cecilia Dapaah said government is still on course.
We should be on course. You see, you start from step one. I'm sure you are interested in that. We will always call on our head of state that he made a good call. And we are all part of the solution to the good call. I, as the minister in charge of sanitation and water resources, I'm happy that what we used to see as heaps in the town, it's no more. You've been with us from Medina to, no. People are advised to make sure they have bins. We have already distributed 8,100 bins to institutions, to markets, along highways, and we are going to continue. They have gone through wear and tear. We've taken stock. We know what is in and what is out. We need to go back and restock with the assemblies. So we are working together collaboratively, and I'm happy. What I see in town, I used to think that people, the sand on the roads. Yes, we've also collaborated with roads ministry to make sure those sands are collected.
The tour of the minister took the team to Old Fadama, where garbage were heaped by the Odo River, exposing residents to environmental dangers and floods. Assembly member for Old Fadama, Musa Ziad, says until the primary problem of providing refuse disposal equipment is addressed, it will be difficult to prevent residents from dumping refuse into the Odo River.
The major challenges we are facing as a community is that every community is supposed to have a service provider, a waste service provider, who is supposed to come around either on allocated days or every day to pick refuse that are done in the community. Unfortunately, Old Fadama is exceptional. We don't have a service provider, and once the people make waste and you don't provide them with the alternative, they have no option than to dump at places that you won't want them to dump. So what you are seeing here is a decades-old problem, and until we find the primary solution to it, by giving them a service provider, by making sure that their waste is adequately collected, we'll continue to have some of these problems, and there will be flooding, and when there's flooding, it's going to affect everybody.
Meanwhile, the Sanitation Ministry says it is collaborating with other government institutions to ensure that the Odo River is not choked by refuse, leading to a flood as witnessed in the past. Reporting for JoyNews, Samuel Mbura, Accra.
Well, I've been joined in the studio by the West Municipal Chief Executive Clement Wilkinson. I'm grateful for your time, Mr. Wilkinson. What's the response that you have for the minister for this directive?
Thank you. Good morning to our listeners. I think the minister have said it all. In our bylaws, those laws are there. Just that we don't try to visit those little laws in our bylaws. So the minister have said it all because we cannot allow strange animals going around to the town. When you are driving, you come across all those animals. But I've taken upon myself since I came to office. And every 3 months, I try my best to do an option of that because when we arrest the animals and the owners are not coming for it, we can't keep them because unfortunate for us, we don't have sales for them and we have to dispose them. So I agree with him totally. I agree with her, sorry, yeah.
But what has been the challenge all this while in enforcing the bylaws?
I don't think there's a challenge. I mean, it's a book that has been printed out and the issues are there. You just have to read it out and implement them. There's no challenge, but just that maybe, in Ghana, we have this attitude of, forgive him or her. And when something happens, we easily forget about the law and we try to do it in human face. Oh, this is my friend's mother. This is my friend's father. This is my brother. This is my... And those things are not helping the country because if we keep on doing that, it means that we are not using the law. But the law was done to sanitize our issues that it will create a problem for us. So I don't see the reason why we should face a problem with the bylaws. The bylaws are there. We just have to read it and implement it.
In the minister's statement, she indicated that you could use this to generate revenue. And I'm asking, is this capable of generating the kind of revenue that you need for the assemblies?
Yes, it's part of the IGF that we correct. Even if it's 1%, it has been added, so you get your 99 or your 100%. Because when you do the option of the strange animals, it means that you keep the money at the municipal assembly. At least it can do something a little for the assembly. So it's part of IGF, which can help us to, achieve our budget for the year.
Grateful for your time. Clement Wilkinson is MCE for Ga West. Well.